Welcome back. You're tuned into Midcap Masala. I'm Ankita and with me Snehi, and we are getting you all the action from the market. And as of now, the one that's really making the news is Ramky Infra. That's up in a way 12% in trade on the back of an EPC agreement with MITL that's worth 1,400 crores. And on the back of that, that stock is up in a way 12%. To give us more color on this, let us welcome Sunil Nair, who's the CEO of Ramky Infrastructure, who's now joining us. Hello, good morning, Mr. Nair, and thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Nair, you have received a 1,400 crore worth of contract from Maharashtra Industrial Township Limited for a Diggi Port Industrial Area project. Can you put some more, give us some more details of this and the execution timeline, the revenue visibility from this project, and so on?
Hey, good morning, and thanks for having me. This is a 1,400 crore EPC project to be executed over a period of 2.5 years, plus an O&M for 4 years. So the whole project capex will be executed in 2.5 years. So this gives visibility of revenue of 1,400 into 2.5 years. And then a small portion of this is OPEX, which is 4 years from the completion.
Right, Mr. Nair, hi morning. This is Snehi also joining in. On the back of this order win, I'm assuming the total order book is now around 10,500 crore rupees. Is that correct? Is that the number that we can work with?
Well, it's a little over 10,000 crores, I think close to 11,000 crores. I mean, so that gives us an overall, I mean, that's been split into 4,000 OPEX and about 6,000 CAPEX. So that would clearly give us a visibility of another 2.5 years.
Right, okay. So on that note, Mr. Nair, I just wanted to ask you, I understand that the international business is something that you're developing. It's still a very small part of your overall order book and your overall financials as well. But with everything that's happening in the Middle East, I have to ask you, you do have operations in UAE, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi particularly. Can you talk to us about what kind of exposure do you have to that market? What part or what percentage of your order book comes from that area?
As of now, we don't have any major operations. We are bidding for jobs in these regions. Some of the projects that we are L1 on some of the projects in these areas, but we haven't have so far no exposure. We are looking at Middle East as a growing market in terms of water, wastewater businesses. As the geopolitical situation evolve, we see what's the risk involved. But as of now, we don't have much exposure in that region.
Also, tell us about what kind of bid pipelines do you see across each of your segments, like industrial, water, building, and urban solutions. Also, what's the size and visibility of the projects you expect to bid for over the next 2 to 3 years?
Sure, we don't generally give you a forward-looking statement, however, I can tell you that our pipeline visibility on all of these segments are pretty high. In the industrial park, I can tell you that we are lowest in another big design, build, own, and operate park in the western region of India. Plus, there are a number of bids are on pipeline where we stand a pretty good chance. Water and wastewater is the core sector. We're looking at multiple opportunities on 24/7 water schemes, transmission pipelines. We have reservoirs. So we have plenty of pipeline looking very, very good. So we, at the same time, we are very, very selective in our bidding process. We make sure that the right bids and the right structure that we adopt.
Right. Mr. Nair, I'm going to come back to this entire Middle East exposure. I understand you have very little exposure now. But from what I understand, going ahead, you're at least targeting 20% of your revenue to come in from the international business, with Middle East being one of the major components or major growth drivers. Do any of these geopolitical tensions that we're seeing, does that delay your timeline for this target that you have set? Is there any impact on your future growth potential?
I'm sure I'm not an expert on geopolitics, but I can tell you that, I mean, as of today, we are closely watching these, what is happening in the Middle East, but our clients gives us, clear visibility that these projects are going to go. There are no delays, and we don't see any problem currently. But obviously, we are cautious about what's happening, so we will make our moves depending on what's happening in the Middle East.
Also, finally, could you provide some color on the settlement discussions with the lenders regarding the Srinagar Banihal road asset? What progress has been made on the asset monetization and the restructuring process of this project?
Sure, we are. This is a work in progress. There are quite a number of things that happened. I'm not in a position to completely disclose to the market today, but there is a very, very healthy progress happening on that side, and we hope to have a kind of settlement in the coming financial year.
Okay, Mr. Nair, it's been a pleasure to have this conversation with you. Thank you so much for your time and thanks for accommodating our request on such a short notice. Good to have you
Thank
as
you, sir.
always.
Thank you very
Thanks so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, viewers, on that note, we're completely timed out on this edition of Midcap Masala. Thanks so much for tuning in. But stay tuned in to ET Now because Buy Now, Sell Now takes all the action.